So this is a good introspective question. Just check and see if there's some thought that's hiding somewhere that's imagining that there's some easy kind of technique, some special thing that you can do that's going to make semen retention easier, or make you get rid of wet dreams, or make the urges for female energy or sex go down. Like, is there something harboring some idea, some hope that you're going to find that? Just check and see. That's the first step. Check and see if that's alive in you. You really believe that there's something. If there is, that's okay. Go pursue that then, because there's plenty of merchandisers out there that are going to sell you things that ultimately, I have to say, doesn't work. Sometimes I talk with some people who have experience with this about why do the yoga teachers, they talk about the Ashwini mudra and different yoga postures and breathing and everything as if that is some kind of a shortcut or something, like it makes it easier. It's never been the case for me. In fact, a lot of those mudras and bandhas, and when I start trying to lock it up there and bring the energy up, it actually used to stimulate me. So why is that there? I don't know. Maybe we're all individual. Maybe at that stage, the mind, I think this is what it is. The mind needs something to hold on to give it hope that it's like progressing. And so then God creates all these different things. You can say positive things, because we're in duality. There's negative things, positive things. Going to prostitutes, looking at things on the internet, that's a negative thing that sublimates the energy, but it sublimates the energy in a wasteful way. So then the other side of that coin is positive things, yoga postures and breathing and, running around, doing 1,000 push-ups a day. Okay, you can say it's positive up to a certain point, but then that can also get excessive, which then can cause more stress on the nervous system, and then you'll find you want to escape that stress via some kind of sexual acting out. So everything's about balance. But I'm not saying none of these things don't help, that they can't be used as a tool. It's okay. But the real, you can say, shift or transformation, that happens in time by grace. There's just no way around it. If that wasn't the case, then anybody could do a certain posture or certain technique and they would get freedom from this debaucherous world of just being a slave to the sexual instinct, basically. But that's not the case. It's just not the case. Some people say it works, others say it don't work. Truth, the definition of truth is it works all the time for anybody. The sun shines, that's true. It doesn't shine if you practice semen retention, but if you don't, it won't shine on you. No, it shines, period. Truth means it's stable and it's like that all the time. That's what truth is. I haven't found, because I know there's no such thing as a technique that's going to work all the time. Now, what's my point for bringing this up? Just to say, be hopeless? Yeah, on some level, because there's gold in that hopelessness. I don't know how many can hear this. When the mind gives up all of its tactics and, you run out of moves, you basically realize, man, I can't beat this thing. Not in the highest, most organic way. Yeah, I can hold the spring down for a while. A lot of people do that. And then they transfer this into another addiction. They become work addicts or money addicts or something like that. But there hasn't been a real transformation or a sublimation of energy. Only grace can do that. So when you become hopeless, trying all these things, then you have no choice but to go to grace or to God or to give to there's some surrender that takes place. You're like, God, I can't do it. Can you do it? Okay. Yeah. God or grace or whatever name you want to give it, it can do it. So that's the benefit of being hopeless and realizing nothing works. No worldly technique or mental technique is going to work ultimately. But I'm not saying just stop doing it unless you realize there's no need to do it. But if you feel that there's still some benefit in look, breathing exercises, the Wim Hof and pranayama and certain postures, yoga postures, it gets the life force flowing, it feels good, it gives a sense of balance. Yeah, it's a healthy tool. That's all it is though. It's like diet. That's a healthy tool, but it's not like a get out of jail free card. It's not going to give you enlightenment if you have a healthy diet. No, it's one of the many tools that we use that create a conducive inner environment so that then we can start to become aware of our true nature, our spiritual self. Go see my other channel, Spiritual Renaissance, if you want to know more about that. But usually it's the mind that's trying to escape pain. The mind's very weak in most people. I mean, do you think the MMA people who've become champion, or the people who win like an Olympic gold, you think like, that's easy? That they found some technique to do their training to make it easy so then they can win the gold? No, man, they have to like struggle. There's this real struggle to be like the best that on that level. Semen retention in the truest way, this is elite level stuff. It just is. It's no different than winning the gold in the Olympics, honestly. If we're talking about truly going through this transformation where you're free of these urges, you're free of having wet dreams, you're free of being a slave when you see a girl and, oh my God, like, can't help it. This is heavyweight stuff. So, do you think there's not going to be some struggle and some inner grind to transform this lower nature to get to your higher nature? Of course there is. But the mind doesn't want that. The mind wants easy, quick, fast, like just give me a pill, give me a technique I can do every day, and just let's make everything easy. It doesn't work like that. The more you can realize that and accept that, then the more progress you can make, because like you're not resisting the transformational process anymore. It's like if somebody's very diligent in trying to be world champion, but they're complaining all the time, like, man, this training's too hard. Like, then they shouldn't do it. Like, no, the real champions, they've accepted that. They know what they're in for, and so they're just destined to do that. This is the same thing. Semen retention is in that league. It's on that level. If we're talking about the highest point of semen retention, not the superficial stuff like, yeah, I'm going to do semen retention and then I'll get some glow and then I'll get a girl. Yeah, those people that do it for that, it won't last long. You're just not going to be able to do it because like it's too hard. We have to somehow accept and understand and surrender to the fact that this game we're playing called human life, I know some people think this is all there is. They don't even know they're playing a game. I talk more about that on my spiritual channel. I had a video that went viral and I'm like, why? Because the algorithm's crazy. You don't know what's going to happen, who's, when it's going to push your videos and when it's not. But the title was something like God is playing as you in the most advanced 3D game ever created, something like that. Yeah, a lot of people saw it. This is what it is. This is a 3D game, but it's a heavyweight game. It's like a no-joke game. There's no way you can be in human life and not suffer and have some pain on some level. There's just no way. Unless you just down benzos all the time and then at some point you'll die and numb, you won't feel anything. But if you're like, especially those people who are striving to be the best version of themselves, of course you're gonna feel pain. There's no way around it. Stop trying to find a way around it. The way's through. It's not like around. Recognize that that's a tactic the mind uses when it starts trying to, like, how can I make this easier? Recognize, oh yeah, this is a tactic. And then you get power. That's why I made my other channel, Transcending Shadows. Those are lifestyle habits that help give you power to make you be able to bear this pain easier. Diet and company, environment, practicing semen retention, having a spiritual practice, being around company that uplifts you, that energizes you. This gives you power to bear the pain. If you don't have any power to bear the pain's gonna win and it's gonna throw you back into some kind of addiction, whether it be PMO or smoking weed or alcohol or whatever. You're gonna find an escape. You can't do anything about that. It's like we can only feel bad so long until we're gonna like find an escape. So then is that escape going to be in some kind of debaucherous habit or behavior that's just going to make you more lower? Or are you going to construct your lifestyle in a way, according to intuition, it guides you, and do what you know you need to do that's going to give you power? Those are the only things. You either do things that give you power, or you're going to do things that suck your power. You're going to do one of the two. This life's not stagnant. That's my message. I'll see you.